Oh, you know I had to get you. You know what I mean? I seen you. Yeah, Young Pharaoh, I'm talking to you and everybody that's following. You know what I mean? Trying to bang on the Moors and trying to bang on Islam, trying to bang on the Muslims. You know what I mean? And normally, I say, man, I ain't got time for that shit. But today, you see, I got my jewels on today. So today, I got, oh, check, hold on, wait, check. Oh, yeah. Oh, we finna. That shit look real stupid, don't it? And that's exactly how we look, trying to bang on it. What you with the Hotep gang? Is that what it is? In the words of NORE, man, you gotta relax. What are you doing? Are you teaching a gang banging? Huh? Come on, man. Let's cool it out with all the extra trinkets and stuff, bro. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? You want to try to attract people. You think that's what's going to get people attention. But if you real, if you keeping it 100, if you really about teaching the people, bro, you don't need the extras. You don't need all this extra stuff, bro. All you got to do is just come from the heart and speak the truth. And the people will feel it. We're going to get to the clip, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to give you some game, some information for you to think about, reflect on. And it's not even really for you right now. It's really for the young Pharaoh 5, 10 years from now. See, because the young Pharaoh right now watching this at this moment, in 2018, way too arrogant. And way too ignorant. Ego on 1,000. Ain't gonna listen. And that's okay. A little down the line, all of that talking that you've been doing gonna come back around and kick you in the ass, and you're gonna realize you didn't really know everything that you thought you knew. But let me stop talking. Let's get to the clip, then we're gonna come back.
Moors, you can stop writing me and coming for me, talking about why am I misleading people, telling people that we're black when I'm cursing my people, when every culture before white people considered the word black as something holy. Only you motherfuckers and white people consider it as something negative. So who's misleading who? Who's really pseudo? Who's really full of shit? Who's really not doing research? All of these organizations I just showed you step by step were founded by motherfuckers involved in occultism. Just like these rappers are involved in occultism. Matter of fact, I'm finna show you 2 rappers right now involved in occultism. You see P. Diddy and you see Young Thug. This nigga P. Diddy got a Moorish fez on, but we know damn well he not no more. We know for a fact P. Diddy is a part of the Illuminati. How the fuck you got a fez on with a Christian cross? So this shows that they're trying to create confusion. Now you see rapper Young Thug to the right. We all know he's gay. He got an unk on. Why? Because in this day and time, Europeans know that youth such as my age are not subscribing to shit that they put here in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, such as the Moorish Science Temple, being a Muslim, being a Christian, being a Hebrew, Amun-Ra evolution theory. We're not subscribing to that shit. So they know we going back to what we can identify with is Kemet. So now they want to mislead us, and you see all these rappers, now they wearing unks. So understand the white man is always putting false information out here in order to mislead the youth, not the motherfucking elders. And once the youth is successfully misled, they become elders who now wish to mislead the youth, predicated upon what they think they know. And this is what y'all see me going through right now. Motherfuckers can't answer my questions.
Okay. Now let's get down to business for real. Peace and love, first of all. My name is Rami Salam El. I thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Much love to you. You know what I mean? If you got offended or if you're kind of sensitive, I apologize. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. You know what I mean? I'm doing this out of love. I got to throw a little... Gotta get a little joke in here and there, but it's all love. Don't get upset. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Really, I'm here to teach and uplift the people, just as Noble Drew Ali did. And really and truly, it was Young Pharaoh talking about Moors and Noble Drew Ali the way he did. That initially it upset me. You know what I mean? And it's frustrating, and it's easy to respond, you know, with that same kind of energy, you know what I mean, and get into that nigga bag and get to cursing and motherfucking blah, 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 blah. But that don't help nobody. You know what I mean? You just end up looking like a fool. You don't help the people. You know what I mean? And if you really represent the people, man, you can do better than that. So I hope that by the end of this video, you have learned some things. You know what I mean? The information will have expanded your perspective a little bit. You feel me? And if not Young Pharaoh, maybe one of the people that follows Young Pharaoh. You know what I mean? Maybe you watching right now. Maybe it'll help you think about Moors in a different way. Maybe research and see what Noble Drew Ali said himself and not believe what other people tell you. And enough of that. Let's get right to it. We're gonna start with this. The teachings of Ptah. I want to start with this. This is just one little tidbit I want to get to Young Pharaoh and anybody that's teaching out here. You know what I mean? Or claiming to know some things. I feel this is something very important that you should know. Do not be proud and arrogant with your knowledge. Did you hear that? This from Ptah. Kemet. Hopefully you had this book. If not, you should probably go get it. Read it one more time. Let it sink in, brother. Do not be proud and arrogant with your knowledge. Don't do that. I ain't even gonna get into the rest of the book. I want you to read it for yourself and really reflect on what's being taught. There's a lot of wisdom, a lot of jewels in here. Now we're gonna get to the video, what she was talking about in the video, talking about how, you know, people is misleading people, and you know how Noble Drew Ali, he got this teachings from the white man and the cults and the Masons, and its influence is pushing white supremacy, blah 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 blah. No, it's not. But see, Noble Drew Ali taught us the man knows nothing by being told. So if just me telling you, you know what I mean, just me trying to tell you this, you ain't gonna know it. No, instead, I'm gonna point you to the information yourself, so you can see for yourself and know what the truth is and know the truth. You feel me? With that, Stolen Legacy. And this is a book I heard you mention, Young Pharaoh. So I hope you studied this. I don't know how you would, you know, this part I'm about to read here, I don't know how you missed it if you really studied this book. I mean, if you really study like you say you do. You feel me? But for those that haven't read this book, I suggest you go get it. Very important book. Just read a little bit for you, all right? This is coming out of chapter 3, page 39. And it's in this section called number 4, How the African Continent Gave Its Culture to the Western World. During the Persian, Greek, and Roman invasions, large numbers of Egyptians fled, not only to the desert and mountain regions, but also to the adjacent lands in Africa, Arabia, and Asia Minor, where they lived and secretly developed the teachings which belonged to their mystery system. Okay, so let's recap. When the Persian, Greeks, and Romans were invading Egypt, matter of fact, I don't know if you can see this right there. This is Egypt, right? Right here in Africa. They was coming invading. The Egyptians, they bounced. Asia Minor, Arabia, and adjacent lands in Africa. Adjacent. Libya, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. Let's continue. Yes. In the 8th century, the Moors. Oh shit. Do I need to get my glasses? The Moors, i.e. natives of Mauritania in North Africa, invaded Spain and took with them the Egyptian culture which they had preserved. The Egyptian culture which they, who is they? Moors, preserved. Now, why did they preserve this culture? Why did they preserve this information? Because the so-called white man was invading Egypt. And our brothers and sisters in Egypt bounced over and said, yo, can we chill out here for a minute? It's kind of high right now. Yeah, no problem. We family. So they tucked down low, got low for a second. And around 711 AD, the Moors began to spread this information back out into the world. Yes, this is Egyptian culture. But let's continue. I don't want you to believe me. You feel me? Knowledge in the ancient days was centralized, i.e. it belonged to a common parent and system, i.e. the wisdom teaching or mysteries of Egypt, which the Greeks used to call Sophia. As such, the people of North Africa, Moors, were neighbors of the Egyptians and became the custodians of Egyptian culture, which they spread through considerable portions of Africa, Asia Minor, and Europe. Moors spreaded Egyptian culture throughout Africa, Asia Minor, and Europe. Moors, do I gotta keep repeating it? Spreaded Egyptian culture. Yes, Moorish science, Egyptian culture, same thing. Understand? Cool. During their occupation of Spain, the Moors displayed with considerable credit the grandeur of African culture and civilization. The schools and libraries which they established became famous throughout the medieval world. Science and learning were cultivated and taught. The schools of Cordova, Toledo, Seville, and Saragossa attained such celebrity that they, like their parent Egypt, attracted students from all parts of the Western world. And from those schools arose the most famous African professors that the world has ever known. Hold up. Hold up. The schools, the universities, Moors established with Egyptian culture were so amazing that they developed the world's best, the most amazing African. Okay, I didn't even finish the sentence. Side note, it's really frustrating when I hear and see people trying to talk down and disrespect Moors, Moorish Americans, Noble Drew Ali, Moorish science, etc. Because they don't understand that they disrespecting themselves and their own culture. And it's crazy. We got to get right, y'all. We got to get right. And from them arose the most famous African professors the world has ever known in medicine, surgery, astronomy, and mathematics. But these people from North Africa did more. These people being Moors, again, they did more than merely distinguish themselves in Spain. They were really the recognized custodians of African culture to whom the world looked for enlightenment. Hello. The world looked for enlightenment from Moors. And why? Because they continued, they preserved our ancestors' knowledge, the Egyptian mystery system. Yes, Moors were the ones that held it down. Yeah. In addition, I'm just with this last piece, man. Last piece. Never mind. That's enough. That's enough. I hope we're clear. I hope we're clear, man. Young Pharaoh, please stop. You know what I mean? If you want to try to bang on people, you know what I mean? Just leave Moors out of it, man. Really, you shouldn't do it at all because you're making yourself look foolish, brother. For real. How you talk? I'm done, man. You know what I mean? I told myself I was going to be calm. I was going to be relaxed. You know what I mean? But it's just some things, man. It's just, you know what I mean? When I see our people being so arrogant and ignorant at the same time, man, it's just something that frustrates me, man. You know what I mean? So I apologize for the sarcasm. You know what I mean? I told myself I was going to try to keep it to a minimum. But man, you gotta do your research, man. Stop trying to associate Noble Drew Ali and Moorish science as just some religion, man. It's not that. And another thing, in a video, he's talking about misleading people. That picture that you put up of Puff with the fez on, it's misleading, brother. I know pictures is 1,000 words. Yeah, but that actually came from an actual video. And in that video, you could actually see that it was Jay Electronica's Fez. And if you look back in that picture, you'll see him off to the right. And Jay Electronica was performing, and P. Diddy was there, and Jay Electronica took his Fez off and gave it to P. Diddy to wear. Why? Because it's our headdress. It's our crown. Yeah, that's what it represents. Another thing, look up what a cult means, brother. Stop trying to throw out that words and spook people. It's not something so spooky, bro. It's just knowledge that's hidden that people aren't aware of. It's dealing with the supernatural. Don't believe me. Look it up. And last thing, man, etymology. Quit with the shenanigans about, oh, they remixed the word. It's not, this ain't a rap song, bro. You don't remix words. Words have meanings, denotative, the original meaning of the word, and then words have connotative meanings. Meanings that people place on the word that covers up the original meaning. For example, ratchet. Now, what did you think? Some hood shit? That's not what ratchet originally meant. It has a real original meaning. And etymology is the science that helps you understand the original and true meanings of words. You should do some research on that science, brother. And then you would understand why Moors are always saying that we are not black. Because when you look at the original root of the word, I'm stopped there, man. Just on a common sense level, look at yourself, bro. Our skin is not black. I did a video when I was talking to Brother Ben about it. You can watch that. Since I've been seeing you trying to talk about killing Islam and going at Brother Ben, go watch that video too. And I know you might try to come back. You know what I mean? You might try to get all in your bag and you might try to, but I'm telling you now, bro, if you get all to that hype and you're doing all that nonsense, bro, this is how you're going to look to me.
What's wrong with you, bro? What the heck? You tripping, bro. You tripping.
And for everybody else, man, I hope you learned something today. And I hope you don't believe me. I hope you go get Stolen Legacy. George G.M. James. That's the name of the author. Teaching of Ptah Hotep, Asa G. Hilliard. ASA Hilliard is Hilliard III. Larry Williams and Nia Damali. Or Damali, maybe? Damali. Those are the editors for the Teachings of Ptah Hotep. Look the information up, man. Do some research. Understand, Moors is not. This is not a religion. It's not some club. It's not some, school of thought. You don't stop comparing it to Hebrew Israelites and other, Kemet and like little clubs. This is about our true identity, who we are. Before we were branded with the name Black, Colored, African American, Negro. Yes, before that we were called something else. And it was more. Thank you. You have a great night. Good apple juice too.
The common ground instead of the differences. And if you were to have Muhammad, Jesus, Moses, Abraham, peace be upon them, all in the same room, they wouldn't be arguing with each other, debating each other, because they were all in the same team. They had the same message. They had the same Lord. But many times it's the people, it's us that get this message confused.
Get down with the team, Francis Greener on that other side. If you know what I mean, I'll show you. Get down with the team.
So low, studio.
You know what I mean. Get down with the team, Francis Greener on that other side. If you know what I mean, I'll show you. You solo time to get down with the team. The great Greener on that other side. If you know what I mean.
Sub black, you know I rep that red and grind. Word to know, but you I land. 90, he back on the same. 100 years more, time to get our eyes clean. The time is now, we see it all. We see the us, and we see no
know what I mean.
If she twerking ass, that mean we falling off. Ain't no ducking when the motherfucking law involved. What I'm saying is deeper than what I'm saying, but saying won't get you to know, if you know what I'm saying. Let that simmer, run it back. I say we got a prophet and they tell me where he at. That's when I show them the Quran. Then they tell me I ain't fucking with Saddam. Silly Negro, please stop playing games, trying to rise my G.
Rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The great arena on that other side. If you know what I mean. Get down with the team. Grass is greener on that other side. If you know what I mean, I show you. You been rolling solo, time to get down with the team. The great arena on that other side. If you know what I mean. Get down with the team. You know what I mean.
When I was on the pilgrimage, I had close contact with Muslims whose skin would in America be classified as white, and with Muslims who themselves would be classified as white in America. But these particular Muslims didn't call themselves white. They looked upon themselves as human beings, as part of the human family, and therefore they looked upon all other segments of the human family as part of that same family. Now, they had a different look or a different air or a different attitude than that which is reflected in the attitude of the man in America who calls himself white. So I said that if Islam had done that for them, perhaps if the white man in America would study Islam, perhaps it could do the same thing for him.
I think what a lot of people are interested in, Malcolm, is whether this experience has made you feel that your feelings have changed, that the animosity you have expressed in the past toward all whites.
There's one thing that I want to make clear. No matter how much respect, no matter how much recognition whites show toward me, as far as I'm concerned, as long as that same respect and recognition is not shown toward every one of our people in this country, it doesn't exist for me.